My home had always felt like a cozy sanctuary, especially when I was alone. Rich, my faithful dog, was always by my side, but something had changed in the past few days. He became restless, especially at night.
Every evening at midnight, he would start barking near the front door as something was frightening him.
I tried to ignore his strange behavior, but after several days of this, my concern grew. One night, unable to resist any longer, I went downstairs to see what was happening. Looking out the window, I saw something strange, a shadow moving quickly in the darkness. It was something akin to a nightmare come to life.
Nevertheless, I gathered my courage and opened the door. Outside, there was only dark silence and a faint breeze carrying the scent of autumn leaves. Suddenly, I heard footsteps behind me inside the house.
They were peculiar footsteps, as if someone deliberately lifted their feet high to create noise. Goosebumps spread across my skin, and I hurried back upstairs, closing the door behind me. The night grew even more unsettling. I woke up to a strange sensation, as if someone was watching me. My heart began to race as I opened my eyes and saw a dark figure standing at the foot of my bed. I felt my body fill with icy dread and immediately switched on the light, but there was no one there. The next day, I decided to investigate the history of the house. I went to the local library and found old newspapers and records. It turned out that many years ago, a woman named Eliza had lived in my house. She was known for her strange and reclusive behavior. One night, she disappeared without a trace, and no one ever found out what happened to her.
Armed with this knowledge, I returned home, hoping it would help me understand what was happening. That night, as the clock struck midnight, Rich began barking again. This time, however, I felt a chill in the air.
The temperature in the house seemed to drop suddenly, and a feeling of dread washed over me.
I heard the footsteps again, but this time they were louder, more insistent. They seemed to be coming closer and closer. I grabbed a flashlight and cautiously made my way downstairs. As I reached the bottom step, the front door slowly creaked open on its own.
Standing there, silhouetted against the darkness, was the same figure I had seen before, but now I could see her face, pale and gaunt, with hollow eyes that seemed to stare right through me.
It was Eliza. She stepped forward, her movements slow and deliberate. I tried to scream, but no sound came out.
Rich, sensing my fear, growled fiercely and lunged at the apparition. Eliza stopped and looked down at him, her expression changing to one of sorrow. She raised a translucent hand, and for a moment, it seemed as if she was trying to pet him. But then she vanished, leaving behind only the echo of her footsteps.
The next morning, I packed my things and left the house for good. I couldn't shake the feeling that Eliza was still there, watching, waiting. I moved to a new town, far away, but the memories of that night stayed with me. Sometimes, in the dead of night, I still hear the sound of footsteps echoing through the corridors of my mind. And I wonder if Eliza ever found peace, or if she still roams the dark halls of that old house, searching for something or someone lost in the shadows of time. Be careful when you look over your shoulder in the darkness. Sometimes something truly terrifying is there.